I'd like to call this meeting to order. Roll call.
Councilman Saluka. Here. Councilman Garrett. Here. Councilman Accomando.
Here.
Councilwoman Mazer.
Here.
Council President Darminio is unable to be here this evening. So the first order of business is the nomination for an acting council president.
I nominate Florence Mazer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Acting council.
Thank you. Okay. Please rise with this. Remain standing for a moment of silence in memory of Mary Ann Danko, 39-year employee of the Saddlebrook Library. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Adequate notice of this meeting has been sent to all council members and to all legal newspapers in accordance with provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975.
The public is hereby advised that any statements made during the meeting of the Township Council, the Township of Saddlebrook, may not be privileged or protected, and that persons or entities who take issue with such comments or are offended by same may have in the past sought legal redress through the courts. Any member of the public who addresses the council speaks for themselves, not for the council.
The motion to open the meeting to the public?
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is now open to the public. Anyone wishing to be heard, please come up, state your name and address.
Good evening, everyone. Councilman Lincoln, 128 Lincoln Avenue, Saddlebrook. I just wanted to bring another Mayor's Youth Group update forward to you. Of course, this week we had National Night Out in the parking lot of the new Municipal complex. It was great to see some of our youth group members in attendance at the event. It was an amazing time. I want to thank everyone who made that all possible. It was actually probably one of the best attended National Night Outs I've seen, at least in a long time. So it was a wonderful evening, and that was that. Going forward, we're going to be helping out with the Township Picnic, which is going to be August 28th from 12 to 4 at the park. We're going to eventually have the tickets for everybody. They're going to be helping to bring the food to the seniors, anybody else who needs assistance getting food from the food trucks, and there'll be tickets for that. The rain date will be August 29th, same time, same place. Hopefully we won't need the rain date. Also, we're inviting our members to participate in the Mayor's Walk, which is the same day as the picnic, which will start at 9 o'clock and it'll go to about maybe 11 o'clock. We will go about 4 laps around the pond, or however many laps you're able to walk. So we hope to see all our members there. And as always, we invite any new members to sign up. We have a new school year approaching. So anybody who's entering 4th grade through 12th grade and is a Saddlebrook resident may sign up to join our youth group. They don't have to be inside of schools. As long as they're a resident of Saddlebrook, they can be in our group. And the last thing is we're still working on doing a phone outing, planning a phone outing for our youth group to thank them for everything they do for our town. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you for all the photos and sharing them on social media.
I would like to thank Thomas for coming last night to National Night Out. Was it last night?
Tuesday night.
Yeah. 243 photographs that he took. And people might not know that I was actually at the National Night Out, because I didn't show up in any of the 243 photographs taken by Mr. Denver.
I saw the back of your head.
The back, the little horseshoe thing that I had.
There were so many people.
What's that?
Just chase me down next time.
I'm just joking.
Thank you, Thomas. Thanks for all you do. Okay, anyone else wishing to be heard?
Motion closed.
Motion closed.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mayor?
Thank you, Acting Council President. I'm going to start off, as I always do, with my COVID update. And fortunately, I have a little bit more to say than I want to say. But anyway, New Jersey continues to experience a month-long surge in positive tests and hospitalizations driven by this Delta variant. Yesterday, New Jersey reported another 1,164 confirmed cases and 13 more confirmed deaths. Saddlebrook, we've been doing pretty well. We've had 40 new cases since June 24th, which is not too bad. I mean, that's 5.5 weeks. So, and it's been kind of steady, you know, maybe like between like 6, 7 a week, so it's in that range. So it hasn't gone up anymore. It's been like that number. The number of COVID-19 patients hospitalized statewide rose to just under 600. The 7-day average for newly confirmed cases is up 35% from a week ago and 332% from a month ago. The statewide transmission rate is 1.37. Any number above 1 indicates that each new case is leading to more than one additional case and shows the state outbreak is expanding. The statewide positivity rate for test is 4.59. The Delta variant accounted for 84% of the state's new cases, 84%. And the vast majority of these new cases are people who have not been vaccinated. Vaccinated people can still catch the virus, but the symptoms are mild and rarely cause serious illness. Health officials keep stressing that vaccines are highly effective at preventing hospitalizations and death, even against the Delta variant. This is why hospitalizations and deaths have not risen anywhere near the pandemic's peaks. I'm going to mention this because I've gotten several calls about, in New York City, Mayor de Blasio recently passed a law saying that people will now have to, in New York City, show proof that they've been vaccinated against COVID-19 to participate in certain public indoor activities such as eating in restaurants, exercising at gyms, and attending movies or plays. That measure takes effect August the 16th. I contacted Governor Murphy's office, and I've been told that he does not want to follow suit on that, and he wants to avoid that. So if possible, he's going to not do that. So I was glad to hear that, because most of the people that contacted me were highly agitated by that, what happened in New York City, and they did not want that to happen here in New Jersey. The CDC has recommended that all people, regardless of vaccination rates, to wear masks, again, indoors, in public, especially in counties that have high transmission rates. Governor Murphy's administration has said all people in New Jersey, regardless of vaccination status, are strongly recommended, but not mandated, to wear masks indoors. About 58% of New Jersey's population is inoculated, but about 4 million people in the state remain unvaccinated, including children under the age of 12 who are not eligible for the vaccine. The vaccinations are on top of any natural immunity people may have because they caught COVID-19 and survived. Though officials and experts say those residents should also get vaccinated. Some people feel that if they had COVID, that they don't need to get vaccinated. But it does offer some protection. The Township Picnic is August the 28th from 12 noon to 4 p.m. Tickets are available at Town Hall. Tickets look like this. They're available at Town Hall, the Senior Center, and at the library. And it's open to all residents and their families. The St. Phillips Festival is August the 18th through August the 22nd. Our night out was held this past Tuesday, August the 3rd, at our new Municipal complex site, and it was a great success. I want to thank all the participants, and a special thanks to the Saddlebrook Police Department for organizing it and doing a great job. Also, all those that sponsored. We're going to have a town-wide garage sale. This was has been brought up several times. We did one last year, I believe it was in the summer,
September.
September? Okay, but we're gonna have it this year, October 9th and 10th. So information for registration will be held, will be put up on our website and on Facebook. The shredding event is Saturday, September 25th, at 55 Mayo Street. That's the site of our new municipal complex. Third quarter tax bills were due August the 1st, but you have until August the 10th to pay without penalty of interest. Our road program continues with Albany Street milled today and paving to follow. Was it paved today? It was actually paved today, so that's done. The 2021 road program Phase 1 has contract signed and will begin shortly. Phase 1 streets are Burgess and George, and also, I think Steinway? And Steinway. Phase 2 bids will be received and opened on August the 26th. Phase 2 streets are Wilson Street and South Broadway. Those two, just the two? Okay. The contractors are moving ahead with the municipal complex building demolition phase is complete. I want to thank Council President Karen Darminio for her attendance at meetings with the contractors and the architect, as well as often visiting the site. Karen goes there frequently and is keeping an eye on what's going on. I thank her for that. The township has also, regarding the new municipal complex building, on our website, saddlebrooknj.us, there's a section now on the progress of the new building. So residents could go there and look. There's a whole section there with photographs that our unofficial township photographer, Thomas Van Winkle, took, and then we'll keep taking throughout the construction. The township has an ordinance that prohibits all commercial vehicles from parking on any township street from 9 p.m. to 6 p.m., 6 a.m., 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Last time I said 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. It's 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Commercial vehicles include vans and pickup trucks with commercial plates or signage or lettering indicating a business or commercial purposes. Also buses, boats, trailers, camper-type trailers. Our website has the ordinance online, and this will be enforced by Saddlebrook Police Department. The section of town where we have the most problem is the numbered streets in the south end, and we are going to be putting some signs up there in that area. On the agenda tonight is a resolution asking the federal government to reinstate the SALT deduction on the federal income tax. As we all know, New Jersey sends more federal dollars than we receive from the federal government, and with the elimination of the SALT deduction, our residents are paying even more taxes than the federal government. So we hope to pass that. That's it.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
The garage sale that weekend, is that Columbus Day weekend? And I don't know, is Union having their?
The week before.
First,
Oh,
Yeah, I too would like to thank the Saddlebrook Police Department for National Night Out. They did a great job. It was well attended, not only by residents, but by different entities like Bomb Squad, SWAT, K-9, and the Phillips Corps Fire Department, and other organizations. It was a great job, and I'd like to thank them. I would like to wish the kids that are going back to college all the best. Be safe. It's still a little iffy out there with this whole COVID thing, so just be mindful that eventually you're going to come back home. So use your best judgment out there and have fun.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Carroll.
I too would like to mention the National Night Out. Commend our police department for doing such a wonderful job. I thought it was a great event. It was good to put a little bit of money into it. I think it was money well spent for the township. Next, I'd like to mention the flood committee. We will be meeting in September. We haven't had a meeting in a little while, so We'll be meeting in September, at the end of September. An email will be going out to all the committee members. And finally, enjoy the rest of your summer, and hope to see you at the Township Picnic. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Simmons.
We're always seeking to improve municipal services, and in that regard, we have two things that we talked about earlier. Number one is the ability to pay your taxes, your property taxes, and your water bill online. That is going to be put into place soon, hopefully sooner rather than later. The second one is for those unfortunate enough to have to pay court fees. We are going to be accepting credit cards through our court system, which I found from working in the court system for the past 20 years. Without the credit card, what the court has to do is basically act as a collection agent, and all you do is chase people. Here, it's put it on your Visa, your Amex, your I don't know about Amex because they charge a lot, or your MasterCard, and deal with that. Pay them off as long as you want, but our court is not going to have to take 10 months to get a payment of $500. It's a waste of resources to do that. So we are going to come into the 21st century and accept credit cards. So I think those are two improvements that are going to benefit the town. That's fine.
Thank you, Councilman. I too would like to commend the Saddlebrook Police Department and all the organizations involved in making such a successful National Night Out. I wasn't able to attend, but thankful to Thomas and all his photos. I felt like I was there. Thank you.
I was there too.
Except one. Anyway, hopefully we'll see everyone at the picnic. Okay, on to our ordinances.
Ordinance 1707-21, an ordinance of the Township of Saddlebrook, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 206 of the Township Code, regulating the operation of specific classes of cannabis businesses within its geographical boundaries for final reading.
Motion,
Motion for a second reading?
second,
Second?
roll call.
Councilman Simaluka?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazer?
Yes.
Councilman Garrett?
Yes.
Councilman Armando?
No.
An ordinance of the Township of Saddlebrook, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 206 of the Township Code, regulating the operation of specific classes of cannabis businesses within its geographical boundaries.
Motion,
Motion open to the public?
second,
Second?
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The meeting is now open to the public regarding this ordinance. Anyone wishing to be heard?
Motion to close
See
the
no
public?
one?
Second?
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Saddlebrook that the ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the Township of Saddlebrook, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 206 of the Township Code, regulating the operation of specific classes of cannabis businesses within its geographical boundaries, does now pass on second and final reading, and that the Township Clerk be directed to advertise that ordinance or title thereof in the press, together with the notice of the date of passage of said ordinance according to law.
Motion,
Motion?
second,
Second.
roll call.
Councilman Simaluka?
Just one word before I vote. This is, I guess, somewhat controversial, but it's less controversial because it is now part of the amendment to the Constitution. The people of New Jersey spoke. I was not in favor of it, but 70% of the state voted to legalize marijuana. And I believe we had just about the same percentage of Saddlebrook. I think Saddlebrook was above the state percentage in terms of those who voted to legalize it. So, we can put our heads in the sand and say, I'm against this, but it is legal now. This potentially could bring in revenue to the state. to the town, because there is a local tax that would be imposed. And we have taken steps to limit the areas that any kind of cultivation could occur. And that would be the industrial zone, basically, in Zuckerberg's, and any retail sales would be in our limited commercial district. And there's a couple of areas in town, a limited area on Route 46, on the westbound side, and along Midland Avenue. So, although initially I was against it, we have to get with the times. I did go, and I don't know if I mentioned this last month. I wasn't here last month, so I didn't mention it. But I did go to a dispensary when I was vacationing in Massachusetts, and it is not the seedy type of business, you know, like the old for people that are my age or around that 42nd Street in New York and those areas where it was, you know, full of ne'er-do-wells, and it was very, very seedy before Giuliani kind of turned 42nd Street into Disneyland. It is, at least the one that I visited, was very well maintained. It was clean, and they have a lot of security. You had to show probably ID 4 times before you're able to purchase anything there. So I think it's, again, it could be a potential revenue generator. And if they're not getting it in Saddlebrook, they're going to get it in Garfield. And if they don't get it in Garfield, they're going to get it in Elmer Park. Again, we can't stick our heads in the sand and just try and avoid it. It's here, and we're doing the best that we can do. Now, we had to do this ordinance, or else for 5 years, I think, we would be shut out of having any kind of say on where it could be. So, I vote yes.
Council President Mazur,
Yes.
Councilman Garrett,
Yes.
Councilman Accomando.
No.
Where ordinance 1708-21, an ordinance of the Township of Saddlebrook amending Chapter 206 of the Code of the Township of Saddlebrook by amending the Age 6 Affordable Housing Zoning District to facilitate an affordable housing development called Saddlebrook Family Apartments, Block 1401, Lot 18, and amending the Saddlebrook Township zoning map and schedule of zoning requirements accordingly.
Motion.
Motion.
Second?
Second. Roll call.
Councilman Saluda?
Yes.
Councilman Garrett?
Yes.
Councilman Accomando?
Yes.
Council President Mazur?
Yes.
An ordinance of the Township of Saddlebrook amending Chapter 206 of the Code of the Township of Saddlebrook by amending the Age 6 Affordable Housing Zoning District to facilitate an affordable housing development called Saddlebrook Family Apartments, Block 1401, Lot 18, and amending the Saddlebrook Township zoning map and schedule of zoning requirements accordingly.
Have a motion to open the meeting to the public.
Motion open to the public.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is now open to the public regarding this ordinance. Anyone wishing to be heard? Having seen none.
Motion to close to the public.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Saddlebrook that the ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the Township of Saddlebrook amending Chapter 206 of the Code of the Township of Saddlebrook by amending the Age 6 Affordable Housing Zoning District to facilitate an affordable housing development called Saddlebrook Family Apartments, Block 1401, Lot 18, and amending the Saddlebrook Township zoning map and schedule of zoning requirements accordingly. This is now passed on second and final reading, and that the Township Clerk be directed to advertise said ordinance or title thereof in the press, together with the notice of the date of passage of said ordinance according to law.
Motion.
Motion.
Second. Roll call.
Councilman Samuka.
For people that don't know, this is Russell Lane, which is off of Midland Avenue. It's a small street that goes into a bigger area. It's basically behind the cemetery that's on Midland Avenue. And it has been our affordable housing, it's been designated for affordable housing for a dozen years at least. And we have affordable housing obligations that we have to fulfill. And I do think that this is an appropriate space for this. And we're working with the developer, and he came in, made a presentation that was open to the public. And I think it's going to be another good addition to Southborough, and I vote yes.
Councilman Garrett.
Yes.
Councilman Armando.
Yes.
Council President Mason.
Yes.
Please see ordinances. All items listed with an asterisk are considered routine and non-controversial by the Township Council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member or member so requested, in which case the item or items will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. The one motion signifies adoption of all resolutions, receive and file letters, correspondence, reports, and approval of minutes and applications. Now part of the consent agenda will be the July 1st, 2021 regular public meeting. Resolution number 6, approving a payment of a bill for Stonebrook Gardens, and adding to the agenda based on the work session will be a resolution authorizing Unidex to start the program for online payments for tax and water. The core credit card proposal will be accepted. Ingerman resolution, tax appeal settlement for Saddle River Road, and N&W Financial Group not to exceed $7,500.
And a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Samuka?
Yes.
Councilman Garrett?
Yes.
Councilman Armando?
Yes.
Council President Mason.
Yes.
We have the July 1st, 2021 regular public meeting minutes.
Motion?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Samuka?
Abstain.
Councilman Garrett?
Yes.
Councilman Armando?
Yes.
Council President Mason.
Yes.
Next resolution is resolution number 6, approve payment of bills, Stonebrook Gardens. Council President will recuse herself at this time and leave the meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Councilman Samuka?
Yes.
Councilman Garrett?
Yes.
Councilman Armando?
Yes.
Okay. Any old business? Anyone? Yes, there.
Thank you. I forgot a few things. Thomas brought it up when he addressed the council, but on the morning of the picnic, August 28th, from 9 in the morning, we have the mayor's walk around the Otto Kelly Lake. This year, our sponsor is Ferraro Spine and Rehabilitation Center. I mentioned the shredding event, which is Saturday, September 25th. I failed to mention the time. It's in the morning. I don't know the exact time. It's probably, I believe it's 10 to 1, around that time.
Approximately.
It's ready. It's approximately.
Usually that's what.
Also, I didn't mention that we are working on a 9/11 ceremony. We haven't finalized the plans yet, but we're in the process. It looks like it's going to be Friday night, September 10th. But there'll be more on that, because again, we haven't finalized that yet. Also, I just want to let everyone know that I did receive a letter from Ed Donofrio of Unico President, and Unico is requesting to have their street fair again this year. They didn't have it last year because of COVID, but it's going to be Sunday, October the 3rd. So that's usually an annual event that the town gets involved with, and close the street, Market Street from Mayo Street through, thank you, Thomas, Westminster. And there are all kinds of vendors there, and it's a real nice event. So, and I just want to say that all these events and activities, they are advertised on our township Facebook, on our website, and sometimes on the digital signboard as well. And every way, we're trying to use Nixle, which is something that we could use. The police department uses it generally for emergencies, but we are allowed to use it for large events where there's a big crowd and traffic issues. So we're going to try to use that as well, to let everybody know. Thank you.
Any other business, old business, new business? No. Have a motion to open the meeting to the public? Second?
Second.
In favor?
Aye.
Meeting is now open to the public. Anyone wishing to be heard?
Motion to close the public?
Motion.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, council comments? Let's start with Andrew.
I said my piece.
Okay, okay.
Have a great rest of summer.
Just want to thank Thomas for all he does with those pictures on social media. It's great. Everybody loves them. So, thanks.
You know, I'm thinking about that, Dave. Perhaps next month, we can have a resolution to actually appoint Thomas as the official.
Sure.
Sure, could we put that on the agenda maybe?
Yes.
As well?
Well, maybe we should ask Thomas, do you?
You want to say
He's
He
on
wants to get paid.
Without compensation. Anything we can draw it up without compensation.
Without compensation, yes. Without compensation.
Without compensation.
That's a shower of praise. That's the compensation. Thank you, Thomas.
Maybe I'll get a picture.
Councilman? Anything?
I'm good,
Nothing?
thank you.
Everybody good?
Good.
Okay. Motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Night, everyone.